it must be difficult. Suddenly, you're a household name. Everybody knows you.
Yeah, well, quite honestly, I'm not as big a household name as a lot of people.
But you must get recognised.
I'm a very familiar face. People don't say, oh, there's Burt Kwouk. What they say is, isn't he the bloke off the telly?
And do you enjoy being recognised?
Well, a serious answer would be that an actor basically spends a lot of his career, or his early days, seeking some sort of recognition so that people will employ him. So that when you do get recognized, it would be churlish to say, no, I don't like that.
I'm just thinking of people like Richard Wilson, who says he gets fed up with people shouting out his catchphrase. And
Well,
you think, well...
Yeah, an actor sometimes gets fed up with being identified with a role, which he did for a very short time. And the rest of his oeuvre, as it were, is sort of ignored. That's what you think, hey, I did more than that. But no, it's also fashionable for actors to say, oh, I don't like attention. Come on, we become actors seeking attention.
You played Cato in 7 pictures. Who came up with the character?
Oh, Blake Edwards, who wrote, directed, and produced and everything. It came out of his brain. I mean, he stole the idea from somewhere else.
Yes.
Because all ideas are stolen. There are hardly any original ideas in the world. But he made it into a silly. See, until then, martial arts had always been taken very seriously. And in the early 60s, suddenly judo became the fashionable thing. Everybody wanted to know about judo. And it was done in a very serious way, like Bruce Lee. Well, we decided to take the Michael out of it. So we did.
And how did you get the part? Did you have a good agent?
No.
No?
Barry, you get a part in the usual way. First the telephone rings. Burt, you want to do da-da-da-da-da. And you say, yeah, how much? And then comes the question, well, who's in it? Can I see a script? Where's it being shot? You know, all those questions. With Pink Panther, the phone call came and said, would you go up to the Dorchester and meet Blake Edwards? So I did. And we had a little talk. And I went away. And a week or two later, the phone rang and said, yeah, they want you.
You didn't have to do a screen test or anything?
No.
No, that's just straight in.
It's not a big enough role.
Well, I don't know. You don't associate Pink Panther films out to you.
It kind of grew,
yes,
the role, you know.
And you enjoyed doing the part?
Oh, yeah. It's.
And how did you get on with Peter Sellers?
We got on very well. Now, I know that since Peter died, which is 30 years ago, there's been a lot of knocking copy on him. You know, books, articles, films, television programs, radio programs, and they've all sort of dwelt on the dark side of Peter. Well, I never really saw anything of the dark side. For me, it was the light side of Peter Sellers that I knew, enjoyed, and liked to remember.
But there were times when he held up production. I seem to remember you saying you played cards with Herbert Long for ages, waiting for Peter to come back.
He held up productions, but try to remember that by 1965, 66, Peter had had this massive heart attack. He says he died and was brought back to life. Well, in those days, if that had happened to you, you're on some kind of drugs for the rest of your life. And this had an impact on him. And sometimes when he wouldn't turn up, I think people would say, oh, he's being difficult, he's being temperamental, he's not turning up. I don't know this for sure, but I have an inkling that it was his heart that said to him, don't go to work today. And the film company wouldn't say so, because this might have caused an insurance problem, again. So no, I never found having to wait a problem.